Good evening. My name is Taylor, and on behalf of Long Road Distillers, I would like to welcome you tonight to the Literacy Center of West Michigan Spellebration, an annual celebration where we're usually behind the bar slinging drinks, but in tonight's virtual edition, we'll be putting in all of the legwork of making these cocktails by hand and putting them in cans for you. Tonight, we are inspired by Roald Dahl's BFG, and we will be making our own rendition of the Frobscottle, a green beverage that Sophie and the BFG get to enjoy on their travels. We'll be using ingredients from Long Road Distillers as well as other fresh West Michigan ingredients. Starting off with some green apples, which we will be muddling with our aquavit, which is going to be a Scandinavian spirit that we think the giants would have enjoyed in that mountainous region. We will be muddling the aquavit with the green apple to kind of pick up some of that green color and also release some of those juices into the aquavit. So we'll be straining that into our spirit. There we are. Tonight we will also be using some of the green fenugreek simple. Again, some of that fun green color. As well as our dry gin, another Long Road favorite. And last but not least, some house-made oat milk, which we just juiced this morning. And all of those going together, which we're then going to shake up. All of that gets strained together. That is going to be our take on Roald Dahl's Frobscottle. There we are. Hopefully you are all enjoying that at home. And cheers to Wendy and Omar and tonight's Spellebration. Cheers.
Cheers, Taylor.
Cheers, Taylor.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the team at Long Road Distillers for putting together such a delicious drink for us tonight. Welcome to the Literacy Center's 28th annual Spellebration event, virtually. Help us share this event. Set up a watch party or share the stream on Facebook right now. My name is Omar Cuevas. Buenas noches, and tonight I'm joined by Dr. Wendy Falv, Executive Director of the Literacy Center. Wendy?
Thanks, Omar. You have been an awesome board member and a great MC with me last year and this year. Spellebration is all about sharing our mission, asking for your support, and celebrating our honorees and having fun while we do it.
Absolutely.
So glad all of us you could join us tonight. I know we've got tutors watching, staff, donors, partners, and even some of our classes are watching tonight. Shout out. Please introduce yourself in the chat. It means a lot to have all of you tuned in tonight. Omar, last year when you and I were doing this virtually, I never ever dreamed that in 21 we would also be doing it virtually.
Whew, wow, yeah, what a year. It's not just our events that have been virtual though. Almost all the Literacy Center's programming has been through remote learning platforms right now.
Yeah, and it has been a challenge for many of our learners to bridge the digital divide, but our team has worked so hard to remove these barriers to distance learning. But the individuals we serve are the real heroes. Their determination that they show really humbles us, where they find the bandwidth to work on language acquisition in the middle of everything that they are dealing with. It's truly remarkable and very, very compelling for us to keep the work going.
Absolutely. And as we know from extensive community surveys, as well as national data, the need for literacy support for adults is tremendous. I was blown away, Wendy, to find out that in Kent County alone, 1 in 6 adults are reading below the 4th grade level.
And during COVID, folks having to support their children's virtual learning and having to find a new job or navigate the health system because they or a relative are ill. These needs have only highlighted how essential literacy skills are to function in our world. We've been there for our learners during COVID, and we are gearing up to be with them for post-COVID. We're going to have classes virtually and in person.
But I know that the Literacy Center and other programs in West Michigan serve only a fraction of those who need our support.
Right now, we're instructing about 700 learners, and you shared how high the need is. The board, in response to the knowledge of how much need there is and how few we're serving in relationship to that, they've made it their aspiration to double our impact in 3 years. This is why we need your help. We need your help to help us do this.
Well, remember, tonight's Spellebration is also a fundraiser to support the work that Wendy just mentioned. Your support is a way we can keep our programs available at no cost for our learners and reach more who need our support. To donate, text Spellebration 2021 to 50155 or click on the donation link you see in the chat right now. We'll be tracking on a thermometer all night. The best part is that any donations tonight will be matched by Fifth Third Bank up to $7,500. A huge thank you to my fellow board member, Patrick Lonergan from Fifth Third, for securing this generous gift.
Yeah, I also want to take a moment to thank our generous sponsors who, like Fifth Third, have stepped up to support this virtual event and our mission this year. You'll see many of them listed on the screen. Special thanks first to Fifth Third for their matching gift, but also our award sponsors, JC and Tammy Huizinga and Fifth Third, our Literacy Center Society sponsors, Wynn and Kyle Irwin, Jim and Nancy Ayers, AutoCam Medical, and Spectrum Health, and many others who have sponsored and supported our event tonight.
Let's give them the two-hand clap. Ready?
All
One,
right.
two. Now, in addition to talking about our programs and raising some money, we are honoring some special folks tonight, right, Wendy?
We sure are. We're pleased to be honoring Mark Peters, Tommy Allen, and Marielle Levert. We presented their awards at separate small receptions, being super safe and intimate this month. But we are looking forward to tonight to sharing a beautiful tribute video that highlights each of these special folks.
Now, we promised tonight was about having fun. What's more fun than a long road cocktail with a book theme? I want to know who picked up our signature Spellebration cocktail, the Frobscottle from Long Road. Take a photo of your drink and share it. Tag #Spellebration 2021 so that you can see it, your friends can see it, we can all see it. Cheers.
Yeah, and how many of you got this awesome gift bag from Art of the Table? Shout out to my scrappy team at the Literacy Center. That's heavy. They drove all over West Michigan, delivering over 160 bags to all of you who bought tickets this week. And I want to tell you, that's how my team pulls together to get the job done. But also a huge shout out to all of you who sponsored, bought the tickets, and are enjoying these treats. Can you share with us what you're enjoying most in your bag there?
Well, I saw some chips in here. I saw Takis. I saw salsa. I saw all sorts of goodies in here, but I also see some Scrabble tiles here, right? And what's that all about, Wendy?
For those of you that bought tickets and have gift bags, make sure you play our Scrabble game. You know that's a Spellebration tradition. Use the letters in the bag to make your highest scoring word, and once you come up with it, share it in the comments. If you've got that word right now, let's see it. I want to see some of these words in the chat.
So what do you get if you win? And this year, because we're virtual, the Kennedys can't buy out all the high-scoring tiles. So anyone might just have a chance.
Winner gets a shout out and a gift card to Long Road Distillers. And honestly, I only wish I could sell all those Q's and Z's to the Kennedys. That raised some really nice money 2 years ago.
Well, we're going to raise some nice money here tonight. We cannot do this work virtually or in person without you. Please text Spellebration 2021 to 50155 to make the donation, or click on the link that Cynthia will share in the chat right now. We have a goal of $10,000, which we'll be tracking on our giving thermometer that you'll see shortly on your screen. Don't forget, we have a matching gift from Fifth Third Bank. Wendy, what do you think? Are we going to make our goal tonight?
We're going to crush it. I'm sure of it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we've obviously been impacted by this pandemic, but I know that the virus and its challenges have hit our most vulnerable communities particularly hard. What do you think, Wendy?
Yeah, our learners, they have shared with us the way COVID has impacted them. They've shared our stories with our tutors and with our instructors. And honestly, it's been very grounding to see how they've handled this past year. We have learners that have had COVID and have needed medical care. We have learners who are business owners and who have struggled to keep their businesses afloat. So many of our learners are restaurant owners. Learners have lost employment. Families, they have lost stable housing, and learners who in the midst of all this have had to support their children's education at home. It's been really challenging for them, and yet through all of it, many have continued to commit to their literacy learning. It's been very impressive, and it has continued to drive all of us at the Literacy Center to provide programming in any way that we can.
Well, I'm really pleased that tonight we're sharing the video of one of these learners. You know, I got to know Yeli as a student of our Ferris Emprende entrepreneurship program.
Yeah, Yeli started her business around the time she started tutoring started in our tutoring program, and she credits the support of her tutors to much of her success. When COVID-19 began, she was able to meet her tutor online for their weekly sessions. But Yeli is much more compelling than my words telling her story. So please enjoy this video.
My name is Yeli Romero. I am from Puebla, Mexico, and have 2 kids. One is 14 years old, and the other is 4 years old. So when I came to Michigan, I went to school, and it was very hard for me to understand my teacher. I didn't know any English, and my parents. I wanted to go back to Mexico the next day, to be honest with you. So my parents told me that life wasn't easy, and they trusted in me. So I graduated from high school. Then I went to Kent Career Technical Center. My parents were right that, it was gonna get better. Since I was little, I always had the dream to have my own businesses and work in an office. So I have 2 small businesses. One it's called Yeli's Fitness, and my other business it's called Acceso VIP. I am a co-owner with my husband, and we specialize in social media and marketing services. I found out about the Literacy Center in my son's backpack. There was a flyer inside saying that there were ESL classes and they were free. So I decided to pick up the phone and set up an appointment. We practice English, writing, speaking, being able to have someone who can listen to your needs. It's a great experience because I can talk to someone face to face and get an answer about my needs. One day I was introduced to a lady called Reina. She was the organizer for the first Hispanic Heritage Fiesta in Grand Haven. She was looking for an MC for the festival, and I was hired to be the official MC. Working with my tutoring, she helped me prepare to talk on stage and get along with all the community. And then she called me this past year in 2020 to do a virtual festival. And she called me last month to hire me for the upcoming one in 2021 again. So that's those are exciting news for me because my tutoring was able to help me and support me with the very first festival. Tutoring has helped me with my business to gain more clients. Before I wasn't able to talk to my clients. Now I feel confident because they prepare me. I used to meet with my tutor close to a cafeteria, but now with technology, I can meet with my tutoring through Zoom and I don't have to drive. So it's been convenient for me at the same time. I was more willing to learn English during COVID-19 because I was helping my clients through online and filling out different paperwork, so it was very, very helpful for me. I would like to keep learning English, improving my grammar, and have the opportunity to go to college one day. I am proud of to have my 2 businesses. My business have brought me to places where I've never thought I will be. I will say to those individuals that came to the U.S. for the first time to learn English, to contact the Literacy Center because they are always there for you, and to follow their dreams. That nothing is impossible.
Yeli, muchas felicidades por tu éxito empresarial. Te deseo lo mejor en tu jornada de aprendizaje. Eres un orgullo latino. It was a powerful message to hear how she and her tutor really worked closely together to help Yeli achieve her goals.
Yes, tutoring, I would argue, is as formational for the tutor as it is for the learner. The power of the relationship changes both of you.
Wendy, you tutor, don't you?
I sure do. Huge shout out to my learner, Rowdy, and his wife, Elba. I know you guys are watching. Most of our staff tutors as well. And we currently have over 80 community members committed to this most important work. But even so, we have a serious waiting list of 45 learners right now needing a tutor. And we don't recruit for this. These learners come by word of mouth. So please consider tutoring. Somebody is waiting for you. You will love it. You will contribute so much to someone's life, and you will learn a lot yourself.
Well, what a best way to activate your investment in our programming than by also tutoring. Right, Wendy?
That's right. And it's all happening online right now. We have an amazing staff that will support you every step of the way. We offer staff-led orientations 4 times a month that will give you an opportunity to learn more about this tutoring experience. Sign up in the link in the chat or visit literacycenterwm.org/volunteer.
Now that we've heard some powerful stories from Yeli and from Wendy tonight, let's check on that giving thermometer. Remember, text Spellebration 2021 to 5011 to donate. Wendy, let's take a look at that. How are we doing?
That's right. Let's see. That's looking pretty good, Omar. I'm pretty excited. These dollars that we raised tonight will have a direct impact on our programs, both virtually and when we go back in person.
Now, we've seen so many things change this year.
We have, and we've really learned to innovate and expand in this new virtual environment. The need is so great, and we were not willing to wait and see if things would return to normal. We moved very quickly last March to get all of our programming online. Our workplace English classes, we had CNA classes, we had all kinds of fabulous classes that prepared people to work and advance their learning within their work. We had citizenship classes, of course, our one-on-one tutoring, our family literacy classes. Let me tell you, one of the things that's been so great about all these virtual classes and our classes in general is how much community it builds with everybody. In our family literacy class, you can imagine how isolated we've all felt with COVID. And then if you're a mom with young children and you don't speak the dominant language, that isolation is just exacerbated. And Joanna, the director of our program, was just sharing this morning that in one of the classes, the moms started a walking group together. So that's what's happening in our work together, building community and building literacy skills.
Now, I know some families struggle to get online. Were you able to help with that?
Yes, we were. We hustled to get Chromebooks out to any learner who needed them. Here's a photo from our laptop distribution. And I'll tell you, learners were so excited and went to great lengths to meet us to get these Chromebooks. One of our staff members said that the learner talked about the dignity it gave him to have a laptop and not have to borrow his children's laptop. Huge thanks to Fifth Third, to PNC Bank, and to GRPS for helping us get these laptops to all of our learners.
This is so important. A huge round of applause to you and your team for the work that you've been doing during this time. So what's next for the Literacy Center?
So we're going to return to in-person instruction when it's safe to do so. But we've actually learned so much during this virtual time. You know, while the virtual brought barriers to some, it also removed barriers for others. So we'll be providing virtual instruction for those learners that it will remove barriers like childcare, like transportation, like scheduling. So we'll be trying to find that great mix of virtual and in-person learning. It's all about adapting to our learner needs.
You know, you keep mentioning how high the need is. You know, I'm a numbers guy. Do you have any data on that?
We sure do, Omar. And, you know, honestly, the data is almost overwhelming. And yet, adult literacy seems to fly under the radar. As you mentioned earlier, 17%, 1 in 6 adults in Kent County read below the 4th grade reading level. That's 85,000 people. This impacts our economy, healthcare outcomes, as well as the next generation's literacy. But that's kind of framing it negatively. We really like to focus on the positive and the assets of those we serve. Just imagine if we improve the literacy skills of all of those 85,000 people, all of their assets and all of their aspirations could be realized and how much that would contribute to our community. That's why we need everybody's support. All of you who are watching tonight, we absolutely need your support. The need far exceeds what we're doing, and we are ready to get the work done.
Talk about upward mobility and economic prosperity for the region. Now, you've all heard her. They are getting the work done one way or another, but we need your help to do so. Text Spellebration 2021 to 50155 to donate right now. Wendy, let's look at the thermometer. How are we coming along?
Oh, this is very heartening. Look at this. This is awesome.
Oh, we're looking good.
We're
looking
along.
good.
This is fabulous, fabulous.
Remember, we need everyone's support tonight and directly support our current learners accomplish their literacy goals and will help us meet even more of the need. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, we have a fantastic group of honorees for this year's event. We had hoped to honor them in 2020, and when we weren't able to meet them in person, we decided to celebrate them this year.
That's right. Tonight we are honoring Marielle Levert with the Marshall Pittler Volunteer of the Year Award. We're honoring Tommy Allen with the Leedy Award for Community Engagement, sponsored by Fifth Third Bank. And we are honoring Mark Peters, our champion of literacy this year, sponsored by JC and Tammy Huizinga. I could talk all night about each of these very special people and why they were selected, but I think the video that Seth Thompson and Aaron Wilson from Art Piers captures it so beautifully. Enjoy.
I think it's an advantage to be an immigrant myself. I know what it's like when people judge you on your accent. It makes you feel insecure, and I share that with the learners that I've had over the years.
Her nature is that of being very inclusive and understanding that in the workplace there is a need for a certain cultural literacy, and knowing that you don't have to be perfect with your language to go out into their new world and experience life and fun. She models that and is so very sensitive to the needs of her students.
If you work with your learner, it's not about what you want to teach them. It's very much about finding out what they need the most at that time. I'm not a teacher. I'm a tutor, and that is closer to a friend than it is to being a teacher.
She didn't teach me only language. She taught me like life. She taught me how to be happy, how to change mind. She's very positive. Now everything's good. I changed, even my thinking.
And I think that's what you experience, that language is part of showing who you are.
Sometimes I depressed, but she cheered me and she actually helped me. Thanks to her, I can adopt this life. And sometimes I get some brave or some confidence.
Talk about something your learner is struggling with, and that light goes on. You can see it happening in their eyes. That, I think, is my most rewarding moment.
People know me for a lot of different things in the community. So it could be the publisher at Rapid Growth, or it could be the Community Relations Commission, where I became the first queer chair in their history, or maybe the Grand Rapids Pride Center, where I'm their board president.
Tommy is a soul that is warm and lovely and caring and funny.
We often become very siloed or entrenched in groups, and that somehow we have to surrender our identity to become part of the whole of society, when really that's so far from the truth. Any conversation around diversity and inclusion is really how really unique and wonderful each individual is.
He loves getting to know people in a meaningful way. He loves sitting with people and hearing their stories. He is one of the most prolific connectors I have ever seen. He's always part of something bigger than himself, and that's a place that so many people have a longing to be.
Everybody can walk into a room and you can bring an agenda of things that you need to have, but that agenda is going to be more greatly served in our society, and this is something queer people know really well through building allies or building bridges to one another. And so I think cultural literacy in this sense helps us understand more fully who our citizens are, but also the complexity of each individual.
His last few years working with the city of Grand Rapids and head of the commission, he has been stalwart with regard to the protection and advocacy of rights of all.
A lot of times people don't realize he's quietly helping to lend his voice and be an ally in a lot of different areas. So he also encourages and tries to mentor other people to be just as loud as he is.
Tommy really fundamentally believes in inclusion and shared power, and I think that comes out in the way that he leads the Community Relations Commission. So he works really hard to make sure that everybody's voice is heard.
He has that unique ability of being able to listen, to support, and to digest for a variety of audiences. The man has no fear.
It's really about just showing up in your life, showing up for others, listening, taking time to think about and ask questions what is being said to you so we better understand one another.
The Literacy Center is an exceedingly important organization, and because Tommy has this great ability to connect with any and all, it's a perfect award. He is so deserving of a Community Engagement Award.
Part of engagement is that it's not just you being involved, but you pushing people to be involved too.
Tommy Allen lives and breathes community engagement.
After all these years, I can honestly say something is working. I mean, I'm here. I mean, all of us are here. When it comes to community engagement, you can do it at any level. And every level you do it at, you're going to have an impact just by showing up. So why not show up for the future?
This is our corporate headquarters for Butterball Farms. I started working here when I was 12 years old. What kept coming back to me was this vast difference between my experience of going home to my house that I grew up in and really not ever needing anything. And then working with people who were making choices between transportation and clothing for their kids. My dad actually said to me that he didn't think I had what it takes to run a business. And part of it was because I had too soft of a heart. But if he had wanted a different outcome for me, he should never have put me in a plant as a 12-year-old.
I wanted to get economic literacy into the classroom. I had this idea, if I ask Mark Peters if he would be interested. Mark listened to me and he stepped up to the plate. He takes the time to look at every student, to know their name, and to find out something about them. So there's a real tight connection that I don't think is a normal. It's above and beyond.
This is one of Mark's strengths, is that as a leader, he understands what it means to be a business, but he also understands what it means to be in a community. He understands that if we don't do something now, when kids are in elementary school, and 10 to 15 years when they're looking for jobs, they may not have the skill sets that we need.
So there's all of these social problems that we all experience or we read about, and one of the root causes is a lack of literacy. So being a part of the Literacy Center, I really started to understand the impact of low literacy in our community and the importance for focusing on literacy in adults. Adult literacy hides under the surface because people learn to cope. But the real problem occurs with the English speakers that just aren't literate enough to really participate in our economy. Most of us go day in and day out not realizing that that's an issue because it doesn't affect us. So trying to navigate the complexities of what we've come to in our society today, healthcare plans, if they're renting property, they've got to deal with a lease. And if you're not literate at the proper level, you're gonna be like, I need a place to live, and you just sign it. And then you end up in financial trouble because you had no idea what you were signing. I would love it if we could get the Literacy Center to the point where we are funded enough that we could start doing some research so that we can have a much greater impact on the causes of low literacy in adults.
One of the things he's taught me is that the ability to invest in something now, understanding the impact later, is going to be important, and that businesses need to think long term. He's been instrumental in helping other businesses understand the importance of literacy in our community. And if we don't participate now, we're actually hurting ourselves in the future.
He knows that he can make a difference, and he chooses to make that difference. And I know that it cost him, but he's willing to do it. And he's done it faithfully for 20 years. So it's just who he is.
I'm honored and I'm a bit humbled, and I kind of tried to reject it because my work's not done yet. And I said, wait until I decide to be done before you give me this award. I love what the Literacy Center does, and I love the way that they go about doing it. And I'm proud to be a part of the organization.
We so wanted to celebrate these honorees in person. I know there were out-of-town guests that were planning to come, and a lot of surprise people, a lot of very important people, and people that really cared about our honorees that were going to be there. But we're really happy to celebrate you virtually this year. Marielle, on behalf of all of us at the Literacy Center, and particularly the tutoring team, thank you so much for your commitment to volunteering and supporting our learners in our community. You really make us all look good. You give so much to our learners and our team. And Tommy, your efforts to make this a more just and equitable community, they have not gone unnoticed. Thank you for making this your personal mission through rapid growth and through all your community activism. I've known you for several decades, and I know this is completely from the heart. You have made our community better for it. And Mark, you are our champion of literacy. Thank you for all the support you've given our mission through the years, and thank you for making the connection between adult literacy and workforce development. You've been a huge leader on this. You've been a leader nationally on this. And thank you for all you've done to move this forward with other companies in our community. We so appreciate you.
Thank you, and congratulations to all our honorees. You are all getting standing ovations in living rooms across West Michigan.
Right.
Do you want to make a donation in honor of one of our honorees? You can do that by filling out the tribute section in the online form. Remember, text Spellebration 2021 to 50155 to donate. As we've mentioned, tonight is an important fundraiser. Your support tonight enables us to continue providing literacy instruction that meets the needs of our learners now and in the future. And it helps us reach our goal of doubling our impact in 3 years. The need is so great.
All right, let's see where we are in relationship to our goal. Oh, I'm pretty happy about this. This is $9,000. Do you think we can hit our goal, Omar? In-person Spellebration, we raised $20,000, but I'm thinking we can hit $10,000 tonight.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we can do that. I'm making, you know what, I'm making my donation right now.
That's right, that's what I'm talking about.
Spellebration 2021 to 50155. Done. Donate online and send in, with the link on the chat right there, send in a check, Bitcoin, just however you want to donate, but donate right now. And remember, all those donations are being matched by Fifth Third Bank.
That's right. That's right. Thanks to Fifth Third. Now is the time to give to ensure that the Literacy Center can get that full $7,500 match.
Wendy, remind us again what it means to be a Literacy Center book club member.
Right. So the book club members donate $1,200 or more each year. That's actually the cost, relatively speaking, that it takes for us to instruct one learner. So that means for only $100 a month, you can help us instruct one more person in our community. So I know a lot of our book club members are watching tonight or current donors. Please tell us in the chat why you donate to the Literacy Center. It's been great to see all the comments and the engagement.
Yes.
It's
so
really
now
awesome.
You know that any donation that you make tonight supports our learners. Join us with a one-time gift or a monthly donation. Remember, all the donations will be matched by Fifth Third Bank tonight. And if you're not able to give tonight, you can always visit literacycenterwm.org/give to make your donation and support this work. Thank you for your support. Wendy, it's been really fun to do this again with you tonight. Are you ready to finish that frobscottle?
Yeah.
Been waiting for us all night?
I actually am, Omar. Thank you. Thanks for everyone for participating. I'm wondering, do we have the winning? We're going to post them in just a minute. All right. We have a winner for the Scrabble game. We will follow up with you with a long road gift. I think it's coming up here real quickly. What do we have? It's frobscottle. No.
Creejibo. No.
It's still time to give. Well, we're waiting on that winning.
Yes, last donation, text 50155 to donate. Spellebration 2021 to 50155.
Oh, Wasayaback, Weaponize. You guys are awesome. That is pretty good. Sharon, we've got hers, and Melissa Saya, Playtime. Boy, this is awesome. Thanks for playing, guys. Sorry, Kennedys. Wasayaback beat you. So we look forward for you joining us next year. Hopefully we will be in person, fingers crossed, at Clearwater Place. Make sure you stay on to watch the bloopers from our tribute video. Have a great night, everybody.
Muchas gracias y buenas noches.
Now I study theology, especially systematic theology. So
That's perfect.
no, I try again.
Good start.
Yeah, that's good.
Keep going.
Do you think he deserves it, and why do you think he deserves to be getting this award?
I don't think he deserves it, quite frankly. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I'm gonna clap in front of your face.
Okay.
Sorry. Lit center too.
Yep, no doubt. At least he warned me, so.
He would kill me if I said aging. But, you know, we can all see the gray hair.
Anyway, good.
That's good. That's good.
And I know a lot of secrets, and I've got film, and so I think that's probably why he wants to keep me close, very close. He has film too, so I gotta be careful.
Is there something you wanted to say that we missed out on? No, you're good? Good job, you did it.
She wanted to say goodbye.
Done. Cut.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have a price, but I do, for sure. Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
You're doing great.
I
Let's
want to
continue.
go home.
We're halfway there.
Sorry.